be a cartoonist. But before we start, if you have to leave at any time, the doors are right there under the exit sign, the two double doors there. You're also going to need some special equipment. You're going to need a pencil. So if you have a pencil, please raise it above your head. Show me. If you don't have a pencil, raise your hand above your head, and the usher will bring one over to you. You're also going to need a clipboard and a piece of paper. If you don't have either of those, raise your hand above your head, and an usher will bring that to you. And if you break a pencil or you rip your paper, raise that hand, and an usher will bring over a replacement, and you can get right back to drawing. So, today, we are going to be drawing one of my favorite characters, Lucy Van Pelt. Now, some of you may think she's kind of crabby, and she's kind of a bust budget, and she is mean to Charlie Brown. She's all those things, but she also makes some of the greatest expressions of any Peanuts character. And you'll see that towards the end of this lesson. And if you ever get into any problems, Woodstock's always there. So let's get started. So you may notice that you're missing an eraser on your pencil, and that's because there are no mistakes in art. It's all about having fun and finding shapes. We're going to do both right now. So you want to draw very lightly as we go, and we're going to draw a circle about the size of an orange or baseball, and we're going to kind of find that shape more than just drawing an O. We're going to kind of just find that circle. And don't worry about it not being a perfect circle. Charles Schultz never drew a perfect circle in his life. Look what that got him. So just kind of find that circle, very light. Once you have that, we're going to draw a line right to the center of it, very light. Just like that, right in half. And then we're going to do the same thing the other way, horizontally. We're going to go halfway, make almost like a cross right in the middle of the circle here. Does that look like Lucy yet? I usually start with the eyes and the nose, because once you get the eyes and the nose in place, you can kind of find where all the other features go. So we're going to start with a backwards letter C, and we're going to put it right on top of this line, the horizontal line. We're going to do it very lightly, just like that. Now, actually, Charlie Brown has the biggest nose, or I guess Pepper Patty has a slightly bigger nose than all the other Peanuts characters, but they all kind of have that shape, except for Frida, but just that backwards C. Now we're going to add the eyes, and if you put the eyes too close to the nose, she looks cross-eyed. Too far away, she looks wall-eyed. So a good rule of thumb is to go over about as far over as the C on the other side, put a little dot right in the center, and then go over the other side and do the same thing, put a little dot. And once you have those dots in place, you're going to turn those into little boulders and darken them in on both sides. Both about the same size. And you can also darken in that nose. Now when you're darkening it in, you don't have to follow the lines. You can kind of use the light lines to find the shape, and then to finalize it with the dark lines. And the light lines will just kind of disappear. Okay, so now we're going to make it look more like, basically, this could be anybody. We're going to start making it look like one of the Van Pelts. So you want to, on this upper right curve, you want to go right in the center, and we're going to make a shape that's mirroring the shape of this circle. So it's going to make like a little football. Do it very light, right there. I always think it's funny to do football on all right, so once we do that, we're going to notice that actually Van Pelt children have a lot of parentheses on them. So we're going to actually put some parentheses around the eyes. Parentheses are those punctuation marks that look like this. So we're going to actually put a parenthesis here and a parenthesis here. bigger than the nose. Just like that. And once you do that, you go on the other side, and you're going to draw almost like a cat C, because that's behind your sheep. So you should start having something like Linus. Really, Linus, Lucy, Schroeder, and Marcy all have the same thing shape. So once you learn how to draw one of them, you can start trying to figure out how to draw the others. Okay, so we're going to darken in this ear. It's the one on the left side. And you basically just darken it in. Once you get to the bottom of it, you can start following the chin all the way around. Charles Schultz had a very shaky line, so if your line's a little shaky, it looks more like a Charles Schultz. So as you make your way up to this other ear, you go past it, and where it joins this little football shape, you want to kind of curl, kind of even out that curve. So you make a little bit softer curve, and then follow that football right up. Inside. And you can also darken in that up here. Okay. Everybody got about this far now? Okay. So at this point, it could be, Lucy, Schroeder, Linus, Marcy, Rerun, Canadian. But this is going to make it look more like Lucy. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an oval up here. We're going to start right where this vertical line hits the circle, and we're going to go kind of an oval right here, very light. That kind of makes the palm go there. And then once you have that, we're going to go back to our parenthesis. We're going to go right where it meets that circle. We're going to make a parenthesis right here so it meets the circle. And that's for an upside down rainbow. And then we're going to make another one just half the size of that one we just did. We're going to make it go right to that circle. And once we get to that, we're actually going to go from right where we left off, we're going to go down to the ear, we're going to make one more big parenthesis right here. And then from there, we're going to go back up to where it joins this oval here. We're going to go up just a little bit, and we're going to follow the shape of the back of that circle. Just a little bit out far from it. And then down into the bottom of that fence there. Make the back of the head. She should start to look a little bit like Schroeder at this point. And you can also darken in that oval at the top. All right, we're going to start making it look more like Lucy. We're going to go very lightly under the ear. We're going to make a circle. It goes right over that cheek. It's very light. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Once you have those two circles, we're going to darken in just the parts that aren't covered by the cheeks. If you look very closely at Charles Schultz's drawing, you can see they all have a very shaky line, and that's because he used this pen called the He's from 914, which is a very special pen that he loved, and it created that very shaky line, and it became his style. So I'm just darkening in all the other lines that we're going to keep. darken in that hair. But when you darken in, Lucy's hair is darkened in, you leave a little bit of white inside, almost like sunlight hitting it. So you just shade it with the side of your pencil and just leave a little bit of white there inside. The idea is the way the nose is pointing, that's the direction she's looking. So you only see part of this ear, you only see part of this. So you can see the whole ear. If you haven't already, you can also start with the ear. Okay, now Charlie Brown has a very thick neck. All the other characters have a very thin neck. Charlie Brown's actually goes straight down from the eyes to make a neck. You want to go inside, right in between the space between the two eyes. You go straight down and draw a line here. Straight down, draw a line here. Neck. Once you have that neck, all the Peanuts characters except for Snoopy and Woodstock have a little shade under their neck. It makes it look like there's a shadow there. Then she usually has 4 petals on her collar. Sometimes there's only room for 3, sometimes there's room for 5. So whatever you get, just put it. That's almost like on a flower or two. All right. So now here's the fun part of Lucy. Right. Everything kind of looks like Lucy without mouth, without eyebrows. All right. So we're gonna go. Basically, on Peanuts characters, their mouths are much lower than you think they are. They're actually about 2/3 of the way down. So you want to go down from the nose to about here. And draw a little light line. Now, sometimes Charles Schultz drew Lucy with her mouth like this. So you could choose to do that. Or sometimes you do a smile, and you want to go up just about even with the parenthesis and kind of follow very lightly the shape of the bottom of the jaw. Kind of make a smile, like an upside down rainbow or a parenthesis. Or you can have her yelling. Okay, and the way you do that is you make a big oval. This is the way I do it. Okay, so you darken in that oval, or you darken in the smile, or you darken in the smile line, whatever you want to do. And then you shade that in just like you did the hair. Okay, now we're going to put our eyebrows on. Now our eyebrows are about halfway between the bottom of her hair and her top of her eye. And you do very lightly a little line, a little slanted up above each eye. Or you can put a J going down like this, and down like that. And if you do that, you're also going to put another parenthesis right there. And I'm going to darken, you can darken in either one you want. I'm going to darken in this one. So if they're up here, she's saying, hey, Charlie Brown. If she's sitting down here, she's saying, you blockhead Charlie Brown. So you choose to do. Then you can darken in anything that's left to be darkened in. And the last part is every artist signs their work. So I'm going to sign my name. My name is Steve. You sign whatever name you happen to have. Does everybody have something that looks like Lucy on the page? Excellent. Now we're going to do my favorite part of this program. We're going to do a little art show. Okay? So what we're going to do is when I count to 3, we're all going to hold up our drawings so I can see them, and then we're going to turn them around so everybody else can see them. All right? Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let me see all those Lucy's. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. I feel like everybody's yelling black at it. This is great. You all are cartoonists as far as I'm concerned. And turn them around so you can see, so everybody else can see them.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. All right. Now, thank you so much for joining me on this journey down cartooning. Please leave your clipboard and your pencil on your chair. And if you come back in an hour, I'm going to be teaching you how to draw Charlie Brown. All right? And have a great day here at Knott's Berry Farm. Thank you.